Hi, I'm Emma, and today I'm going to be doing a shoe collection video. I'm really happy with my shoe collection right now. Obviously, it's always in flux. I'm getting rid of things and I'm buying new things, but this is where it stands right now, and I'm really excited to share it. So these are my main shoes. I keep them at the entrance of my room. They're the ones that I reach for most frequently. I also have shoes over there, which is my closet. In my room, I have 3 pairs of dressier shoes there and 2 pairs of sandals. Obviously, it's not sandal weather right now, so I'm not going to be wearing them, so they're just in storage. And outside in the common space closet, I have 3 more pairs of shoes. They take up more space and they're more weather related, so I'll do those afterwards. So first are these. They're a pair of Calvin Klein booties that I picked up from Nordstrom Rack. And I think I picked them up in 2016. So I wear these a decent amount, but never when I have to walk a long distance because there's still like a decent heel on these. I would say about 1.5 inches. So if I'm standing the entire day, like if I'm in clinic, I wouldn't choose to wear this pair of shoes because they do get a little bit exhausting. But I love the way that they look. I love the pointed toe, and I like the mixed metals look of the buckle. So next is a pair of shoes that I've spoken a lot about on my channel. They're this pair of monk strap shoes, and I'm not gonna go too much into it because I feel like I've beaten this to the ground. Really happy with this pair of shoes. They're the main pair of shoes that I wear to clinic. They're super comfortable and I can walk for the entire day in them and my feet won't be tired the next day. So these are great. They were $25 from Goodwill. This is my newest pair of shoes. Actually, I got them yesterday in the mail. They're my first pair of shoes that I ordered online secondhand. As you can see, they're a pair of Gucci loafers. They're not the ones that are popular right now, but I actually like this style more so than the ones that are popular right now. They still have that horsebit detailing and they just go with everything. And even though they have a heel, this is probably a similar size heel to the boots that I first showed you, but I find that these are a lot more comfortable and it kind of just feels like I'm walking on flat ground rather than tilting forward a little bit. It helps that they're really chunky. Oh, the other reason I wanted these loafers rather than the typical Gucci loafers is that the back of these actually have treads, and most of the Gucci loafers don't have any treads, and then I fall a lot, the hospital floors are slippery, and I feel like it's not the best for me to have those. Moving on to this pair of boots, I picked these up in August of last year. They're also from Nordstrom Rack and they're by Born. I knew that this was going to be a great pair of shoes for me from the start, and they've held up decently for the amount of time that I've spent wearing them over this past winter. This is definitely going to be a pair of shoes that my mom, when she comes to visit me, she's going to be like, throw them out, throw them out. You can see how they're wearing in. But I really like the beat up look, and I will keep this for as long as she does not sneakily come into my room and throw them away. On to the second row. The second row are also shoes that I could wear in a professional setting, but I don't reach for as frequently as the ones in the top row. So first are these loafers. They're from J.Crew. I got them last year because one of my friends had these same loafers, the exact same ones, but I think she had them in purple and I really liked them on her and she said they were really comfortable. For me, I don't find these particularly comfortable, and if I have to stand for more than an hour, I'm not going to reach for these. And most of the times when I leave my house, I have to stand for more than an hour. So yeah, you can see that there's some dust on this, on the suede. I should take a lint roller to this at some point. But I still like them. I wear them infrequently, but I think they still add something to my wardrobe and they're worth keeping around. So next are these. These are silver Oxfords that I also got from J.Crew. These are an interesting pair of shoes. I got them on sale for around $30 2 or 3 years ago. And I love silver things, so I was not going to pass them up. Unfortunately, these shoes are not great for walking, and that's what shoes are for. Like, they haven't worn in very well at all. You can see that it's peeling here, and then there are no treads on the bottom of this. I actually put pieces of masking tape that you can see here, and the masking tape helps it adhere to the ground more, but otherwise I just slip and slide everywhere. As far as the shoe itself, they are pretty comfortable to wear, but because they don't wear very well, and also there's this issue. I don't tend to reach for these as often as I reach for these or hopefully these in the future. But I still like keeping them around because they're silver. They're silver shoes! Of course I have to have a pair of silver shoes. So next are these shoes. These I've had for 4 years at this point, and you can see that they're wearing in a little bit. There's actually holes at the back of the shoe. I'm unwilling to throw them away because whenever I'm in a situation where I think it's going to be sort of gross in the hospital, I will reach for these rather than any of the pairs that I really like. And I think there are enough situations where that happens that I want to keep these around. Embarrassing story, earlier this month my roommate caught me sitting on the ground coloring these in with a Sharpie because the entire toe had come off. But I think it looks pretty good. I don't know if you can tell that's colored in with brown Sharpie. Basically, these shoes I should have thrown out as soon as I bought these ones because they're essentially the same thing. Right now, they still serve a useful purpose. Maybe after I'm no longer in clerkships, I'll throw them away, but right now, I'm gonna keep them around. Next are these, another pair of monk strap burgundy shoes. As you can see, I have a particular style that I like and I stick to it. These are from Nordstrom Rack. I want to say they were around $60 and I got them around this time last year. So these are in pretty good condition. I don't wear these as often as these ones because these are actually more comfortable. But I really like the style of these. My friend calls these pilgrim shoes because it just has that one monk strap rather than the two of this one. And I kind of like that. They're also studded. They look a little bit like steampunk, and I'm just really into the style. I wear these for clinic as well. I'm a little bit more cautious about these because they make more of a statement. I'm not sure how conservative the environment I'm in actually is. So moving on to the third row. The third row is mainly sneakers and also a pair of shoes that I've had for a really long time. This pair of shoes, I don't think I've worn in years. Having shoes that you haven't worn in years is sort of what makes it a shoe collection rather than just a bunch of shoes. Shoes are something that make me happy, and it makes me really happy to have these around. They have a lot of memories for me because they're from high school. Yes, I used to wear this height heel in high school. It's because I was super self-conscious about my height. I'm only 5'1". And I really just wanted to fit in high school because obviously that's like the goal in high school. And so I wore these shoes all the time. I still really like them, but I can no longer handle this kind of height. They just make me smile when I see them. Next up are my 3 pairs of sneakers. These I bought last year, and the Nike Free sneakers from 2015 are my all-time favorite Nike shoe. They no longer make it. These are the 2017 or 2018 edition, and they have like this sock feature, which I don't like as much as the normal mesh that the sneakers come in, but these are okay. The style is fine. They're comfortable, so, you know, good enough. This pair of shoes is actually really funny. I bought them last year for spring break. My friends and I were gonna go to Belize, and we were going to go caving. So there are specific shoes you can get for caving, but they cost $100, and I thought this was going to be the only time I would ever go caving. I haven't been since, so it might actually be the only time I go caving. So I wanted to buy a pair of really cheap shoes. These were under $20. I got them from TJ Maxx, and I use these for caving because they're super lightweight, they have holes in them, and they actually did the trick. So I still keep these around. They're a nice pop of color. Most of my shoes are not very colorful, so these are nice to have. The final sneaker are these, which is another pair of Nike sneakers. These I bought specifically to wear during surgery and during any clinical experiences that I have to wear scrubs, and I would be allowed to wear sneakers for because they're all black, and if blood splatters on it, it's not a big deal. I definitely plan on washing these afterwards. Right now they're just gross, and I would really like to get these away from my face right now. For the final row, I think it probably doesn't show up on the screen, but there are 4 pairs of shoes. The first pair are these. I just recently talked about them. They're a pair of YSL Beauties that I got from Housing Works recently. They have this really cool lace-up detailing. I haven't had a chance to wear them out yet, but I'm really excited for an occasion to come around where these would be required because they're beautiful. They're also very similar to this pair. Do you see the similarity? But this is more businessy and this is more like party. Next are my first pair of Birkenstocks. These are around 6 or 7 years old. I don't know what the style is. Actually don't find Birkenstocks to be as comfortable as everyone else thinks that they are. They are comfortable, but if I had to walk an entire day, I wouldn't choose these shoes. I would choose sneakers or, you know, these. I wear these mainly to yoga. I wear them with socks and my leggings and my giant Harry Potter cloak, and it's definitely a fashion don't, but these are super comfy to slip in and out of, and yoga is not that far away, so they work pretty well. That's why I have a pair of sandals that are still in my main shoe collection. Moving on to this pair of boots. These boots are really special to me because my freshman year of college, I had this friend who just loved Frye boots. She was so funny. She had a very cool style and was very like effortless, and she told me that she ran over her Frye boots the first time that she bought them because she wanted them to look more worn in. And I just always think of that story when I think of these boots. I picked this up from an online website that I think is no longer in existence. They were about $125. I still really like these shoes. I think I've had them for about 5 or 6 years at this point, and they look pretty much how they came. Like, obviously Frye boots come distressed, so that gives them a leg up, since if you come pre-distressed, I can't really fault you for being distressed right now. But I think they're in pretty good shape, and I think I'll have these around for a really long time. They're just a classic style and they go with pretty much anything. So the final pair of shoes that I have in this section are another pair of sentimental shoes. These are again from high school, again from when I wanted to wear heels all the time because I was so short. They are in such good condition. I don't know how they're in such good condition because I used to wear them all the time. I thought I could wear them for clinic. That's why I brought them from home to here in the first place. But I tried wearing them when I was on radiology. If you know anything about radiology, you're literally sitting in a room for the entire day, and my feet hurt so much at the end of it. So I think these will be here just for me to admire for now. Kind of a shame, but also I really don't want my feet to die by the end of clerkship year. These are all the shoes that I have here. Let me pull out the shoes that I have that are everywhere else. Okay, so I might speed up a little bit because my battery says it's about to run out and I do not have a spare battery. Moving on to my more weather-related shoes. First are these. They are thigh-high boots from Christian Siriano for Payless. I rarely go into Payless, but I'm really happy I did this time because I've wanted a pair of thigh-high boots for a while. And these were only 40 bucks, and I've had them for 4 years and I've gotten so much use out of them. I pull them out every winter and they're just so easy to walk in, so comfortable, and they look really good. Other weather-related shoes, you know, you have to have hunter boots. They are so functional. I got these from Nordstrom for around $60. They were severely discounted, which is why I picked them up, and I also really like this emerald green color. The last pair of weather shoes are these. These are my most practical pair of shoes for the winter weather. They are from Echo. I think they're about $100, and I've had them since high school, so probably 10 years now. They're holding up decently. You can't see any major holes. The treads are still okay. Nothing bad to say about these. This was at the time when everybody had Uggs or Sperry's, and you know, little old me, I wanted to be a slightly different, but also still on trend, so went with these Echo boots. Sticking to somewhat of a weather theme, this is the first pair of sandals that I have in retirement right now. They're another pair of Birkenstocks. I got these last summer when I was in Switzerland. Birkenstocks are the cheapest in Europe in general, but Switzerland has its own currency and has its own pricing because of its own currency. So they're actually more expensive in Switzerland, but they are still cheaper than they are in the US. So I got like a medium price on this. I think they came out to around $80, and in the States they would cost around $100. So I do really like these. I find these more comfortable than my other Birkenstocks. Good memories. I always like to buy stuff when I'm traveling because it reminds me of when I was traveling. These shoes I love. They were $40 from Zara. I got them in 2014. I wear them a couple times every year. I don't know if these were ever in fashion, but they've always made me really happy. I love flat forms, mostly because of my height insecurities and also because I don't really like wearing heels. So I pull these out for fancy occasions. Hopefully I'll have these in my closet for a while. They are Zara, so they're not particularly good quality, but hopefully these hang on because I really like them. I have 3 pairs of shoes that I wear for more professional events that are not everyday professional event shoes like these guys over here. So the first pair is one that I picked up for my birthday last year. So these are Stuart Weitzman and they're from Nordstrom Rack. They came up to be around slightly under 200 with tax. I ummed and awed for such a long time about these because they're so expensive, and I think they're the most expensive pair of shoes that I own and have ever bought, and hopefully will never buy another more expensive pair of shoes, but they're perfect. I love the way that they look. I love the square toe and I love the patent detail and I love this heel. Oh, they're just so nice and I want to have these around forever. These are more of a classic shoe. I think every woman has a shoe like this in her closet. I wore these for every interview and I changed out of them as soon as I was done with the interview. Don't like them that much. They're not that comfortable, but I think I need to keep them because they add something to my wardrobe and it's always good to have a classic pair of black shoes. The third shoe box is a pair of shoes that I changed into after every interview. Honestly, I probably could have gotten away with just wearing these, but I like the extra heel because it makes me feel more powerful. So this is a pair of flats from Tahari. I really like them because they had this gold heel right here. I think I've had these for around 3 or 4 years. I think I've also had the 9 West ones for around 3 or 4 years. These are really good. They're super comfortable. I'm a little bit precious about them because of the heel, but I'm hoping I will have these for a while as well because they're really cute, and even though at the time I thought the heel was going to make it more dated, it hasn't become dated yet, so happy about that. And the last 3 pair of shoes, they're all slippers because I'm Asian and everybody who comes into my apartment must wear slippers. I have the pair that I wear, which is, I will show them later. I opened the door and I retrieved the pair of sandals I was talking about. They're Adidas ones, they're the classic ones. Everybody had them in middle school and I still have them now. So, you know, that's how cool I am. This pair of slippers, they're kind of ridiculous and there's actually a story that goes with them. I don't know if my camera battery is going to allow me to say this, so let me talk about this other pair first. So these are Nike slippers. They are from the boys section. I frequently shop in the boys section and this applies to shoes as well. Most of my previous sneakers have come from the boys section. They're cheaper and I'm not even the largest size in boys shoes, so yeah, it's a good time. Now, onto these. The story that goes with these is that I picked them up in Belize when I was on spring break last year. I was kayaking with my friends and I was not wearing my glasses, but I was the one steering the kayak, so we ran into a branch and I can't swim and I was flailing in the water everywhere and my slippers fell off of my feet. And my friends were able to retrieve one of them, but you can't walk around with one pair of slippers, and I obviously needed a pair of shower shoes because I'm a germaphobe, so I got these from Belize. They were super cheap, I think under $5 USD when converted. Fun/traumatic memories with this one, but you know, that's what a collection is all about. I have a pair of shoes that have been just staring at me. They're on this side, where I have a big closet space here, and these shoes are kind of funny. They're Uggs. Like I said before, I have never really been a big fan of Uggs, but my mom loves them, so every time we go to the outlet, she drags me into the Ugg store, and usually I just make fun of her. She has 5 pairs, so why would you need more? Anyways, I saw this pair, and I kind of fell in love. They are blue and they have gold studs on them, and they also are in the style of Ugg that I find most appealing, the low style. I don't know enough about Uggs, I'm sorry. But because Uggs are suede, I never wear these shoes outside. I only wear these in the apartment and inside the dorm, and I wear them only with socks because I don't want them to get stinky, and I think I'm probably being way too high maintenance with these boots, but because I'm so high maintenance, I don't tend to wear these that often, and that's why I forgot about them, even though they're literally staring at me the entire time. So I hope you enjoyed seeing my shoe collection. I love talking about my shoes because they have a lot of memories associated with them, and I don't know, I really enjoyed building up my collection, and it'll probably change very soon because there are shoes I'm considering donating, and there are shoes that I have on my wish list that I look for every time I go thrifting. So this is probably only going to be the collection of this month, but you know, whatever, you can't always wait for something to become perfect. It's just what it is right now. Alright, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.